A report puts the number of malnourished children in Ongoni sub-county in Kumi district at 1,700, and 47% of child deaths in Uganda are counted to malnutrition. Today on the show, we'll look at why it is important for our children to have a balanced diet and subsequently how to improve the nutrition in Kumi district. And in the second part of the show, we'll be asking, do you think men and women, abami n'abakyala, can share house domestic chores? Nti omwami lero asobola okufumba enkyanaasi mala kubana n'abanazza bintu ebityo. Welcome to the land of cattle.
Yeah, it's an open mic, passengers chosen right, where we can bring what we know to life. No topic off limits, no gimmick specific, giving a voice to the people for a minute.
Kumi district, my name is Olupot Brian, and we are joined today by the pupils of Ongino Primary School. And Twitter is at Minibuzz Uganda. Feel free to send us a text to 6565 from your mobile phone. Today we are going to start this series of shows in Kumi district with a very important topic about nutrition and what we can do to improve the nutrition of children in Kumi district. I'll start by giving you some statistics. I was quite shocked that in Kumi district, and this is one of the studies that was done in Ongino sub-county, 1,700 children are malnourished. And I'll start with the children. For you, when they tell you to have a balanced diet, what comes to your mind? What do you think is a balanced diet?
Like today you eat fish,
Mm-hmm.
then tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
you eat a burger.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dodo.
What is a burger is
Dodo. Dodo in
Okay.
English.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Yes, sir.
If you eat today like beans, tomorrow you eat something like meat, that contains a balanced diet.
I think a balanced diet is which is when you change something. Like today, if you eat chicken, tomorrow another day you will eat fish. And if you eat fish, that food will go and build your body.
Right.
And fight diseases in your body. That's how I think it.
That's how you think.
Yeah.
First clap for yourself. Very great. That's very great. Now, the numbers are shocking to me. I was quite shocked. Do families here have an opportunity to actually eat a balanced diet?
Yeah, a few of them. And what spoils is, like, for us here, we have a water body. You find many people engage themselves in fishing, but instead of consuming what they get, they take it for sale to get money. Someone can even sell importer and buy a man and to eat. And also, like, we keep some cattle. So you find someone milking like 5 or 10 cows, but he doesn't even take milk tea in his home. All goes to the market.
When he has 10 cows?
Yes, that's what they do.
Are you men?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Correct.
Why?
It is the only source of income here in the sub-county. One, those days when we used to have a lot of cattle, somebody could slaughter an animal, feed the family on it. But these days there are no many cows, families are poor, so people's income is not there. Yes, people want to take the children to school. There is no other alternative other than selling what you have instead of eating. That's why you see that number you have said that and malnourished.
Yes.
It is because of that.
I'll ask the children, why is it hard for you to have a balanced diet?
Because some of our families are poor, so they cannot manage to get money for balance.
What food do you eat at home?
For me, For me, my mom.
The one that you don't change every day because you said the parents they don't have money to change.
Not all, not all. See, for me at home, they always when I come back, when I go back home from school, I'll find that maybe they are prepared for me something like beans and posho. Then that is for supper. Then for lunch, if not, I'll find a boy and the kalo.
Well, if you're just joining us, please feel free to contribute to this topic. We're looking at the importance of nutrition in Kumi district. And of course, there are issues to talk about, like food security. It's actually, yes, we are looking at nutrition, but is there enough food for the people? And head over to our Facebook page, Minibuzz Uganda, and tweet us at Minibuzz Uganda. Children, let me ask you, when we were still young, we were told it is very important to eat well. For you, I think, let me go to that one. Why do you think it's important to have a good nutrition?
It prevents diseases.
Diseases like what? Diseases like what?
Like kwashiorkor.
Have you seen children in Ongino or in Kumi that have these diseases?
I've seen only one.
You've seen one. Is there anything good in eating, in having good nutrition?
The way I think, nutrition can help. It can help in body growing.
Let's take a look at Alex Ogwal, who is from the Bernard Van Leer Foundation and Private Sector Foundation. When we come back, Zay talked about people having so many cows. Is there anything that, say, local communities are doing? Is there anything that parents are doing? And ultimately, what should we do to make sure that our children eat well? What other foods are you growing to make sure that at least our children have a balance there? Take a look.
Yeah, nutrition is very important to children because the nutrition helps to develop the brain of the child, even the physical development of a child. A child who is not well fed sometimes will be affected. Definitely the cognitive development, physical development. So nutrition helps to develop the brain, the body, and other parts of the body. That's why sometimes parents are complaining that my child is dull, my child is like this, because he or she was not fed well when he was growing up. In the village, people would think that when you eat meat, that is a balanced diet. That is not the case. The best are always fresh food we get from the garden. I'm calling upon the parents to ensure that they take very, very close attention to their children. The fathers should help the mothers to ensure that they get something for the children to eat. They shouldn't take that vegetables is not a good balanced diet, but it is the best as compared to meat even.
When some people eat meat, they think they have a balanced diet. You had something to say?
Yeah. In fact, what we are looking at to improve the nutritional status for our community. At least, first of all, people should be sensitized to know which food is nutritious. Because, as you have said, that some people perceive that it is meat. When you eat meat, that's what they regard as what? A balanced diet. Because we are fond of eating greens each and every time. We are fed up with what? Greens. So it needs sensitization on the communities to see that they know what is called what? A balanced diet. And so for us it also here, we are rich because of land. And our land is fertile. So at least we need to encourage families also to see that they plant or cultivate a variety of vegetables and foodstuffs so that it will meet the demands of their family.
Stella, how in your research, what are some of the cases that you've dealt with among children?
Yeah, among children, most of them are child neglect. You find that someone has a child, but even they abandon them. They don't give any basic needs. And most of the time I've used my office to force them to be responsible. As in, like, I summon you, I tell you after every month, bring this to my office and your wife picks it. Like motion, sugar, depending on what is necessary.
Let me ask you something. What happens to you? How do you feel when you're denied to eat say good food?
I feel bad.
Why?
Because when I see some people are rich, they eat well. For me, also I go there. When I eat, I come back home.
You go to
The neighbor's place.
really?
Yes, because that's I want to eat good meal.
What food do they usually eat?
They eat like fish, meat, chicken, beans, and kosho, even rice. Yes,
Now for you at your home, what do you eat?
I eat kalo and greens, aboga, ebo, even mare.
What is it? Cowpeas.
Yeah.
But now, let me ask you, parents, a child goes to a neighbor's home every day to eat. How does that make you feel, especially as parents?
I also feel bad because it is already a shame. And it is already a declaration that I'm not able. And I'm irresponsible. I feel bad. But because of the standard of my income, I can't do otherwise.
On the other hand, you might find that maybe a man and a woman have gone to work for money, to buy food for the family. Then when they get money, they decide to buy small amount of food, maybe just a small smaller fish. Then when they prepare, they go for drinking and leave the food in the house. When children come back, they eat all the food. When they come back, when they are drunk, they now feel that appetite of eating. There is no food. They start beating the children. You have eaten all the food.
Yeah.
What are we going to eat? Yet they are the ones who bought little food and saved the other money for drinking.
Apart from just not eating nutritious food, most of the kids here have only one meal at home. They stay all day long at school without anything to eat. And then they come back home, that's when they get that small amount of food. Even we've always tried telling parents that please provide food for these kids when they are at school. That is when you even get good results. Rather than shouting at them, you are full all the time, you are the last one. But we keep telling them that competing needs a good brain and it needs to be healthy and satisfied. A good child will give you good results, and that comes in turn when you also provide food for them, especially in schools.
Right. Do you have enough food in school? Are you given, say, at break for us we used to drink porridge, then at lunch they give us kaunga. Do you have enough? Are you fed well at school?
No.
What do you usually eat at school?
They eat something like cassava, which we bring in our homes.
You bring the food to school?
They roast cassava, like roasted cassava piece.
If there is cassava, a child carries cassava to school. When there is nothing, he goes and starves there until the evening.
Children, I want you to help. Okay?
Yes.
What can be done to make sure you eat well? You suggest before we go to the older people. Yes.
To buy enough food.
Parents should avoid wasting money like drinking.
Parents should buy for us good food so that we can get a balanced diet.
Good food like what?
Like beans, fish, even rice. Parents should not waste money for just drinking. Then he come home when he was drunkenness. He should bring money and buy children also meat or rice for balancing.
They should accept it, but they should satisfy their needs also. Like when I come back from school, I feel I'm so hungry. Now I should then, if I ask them that you first give me something to eat, but they will fail it. So I also refuse to do their work because I'm not satisfied. They're not satisfied.
So if they don't give you food, you also don't do their work.
Because I don't have energy.
You woman, you're not a joke. Yes, you've had the children. Many parents are wasting money on alcohol. what has been done so far at the leadership and household levels? Are people doing anything to increase food? Yes.
There was a time back when the district local government initiated a bylaw prohibiting people from early drinking. At least each a person should go to the garden first to look for something in which he or she can feed his family on. Let us accept to take the responsibility of seeing how we can sustain our families in getting children having balanced diet, even accepting to feed them at school. Because the government doesn't provide food for children at school, and everything is left now for parents.
Yes.
Let us just accept our obligation. That's my humble appeal to the parents.
I personally go down to the communities and encourage them to join groups such that they benefit from government programs. Like NADS basically has come to improve on our the nutrition bit of it, because they give seeds like green grams, peanuts, cassava, and the likes. And people are positive about it. They are joining these groups and they are benefiting from government programs. Even NUSAF gives us like cows, bulls for opening up more land. And we are trying to get up out of that poverty, and the nutrition will soon improve.
Some information that government spends about 1.8 trillion shillings every year just taking care of kids that are malnourished. And that's a lot of money we are losing. What should we do? The cost of hunger report 2013 that was released by World Food Programme and National Planning Authority indicated that 47% of child deaths in the country are associated to malnutrition.